So, welcome to a new episode of Kilted Tales. Greg Walker.
Hello, Webby. How are you?
So, we are here in Hulst,
Mm-hmm.
and last week was a little bit heavy for you because your uncle passed away.
My grandfather passed away.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It was a lot to take, but I've gone through the worst of it,
yeah,
and yeah, I know my grandfather. He wouldn't like me to stop what I'm doing. He would encourage me to keep going.
he told you that.
He would tell me to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, so a lot of respect that you still come here to the Netherlands in Hulst, where
Mm-hmm.
we have this weekend a big competition.
Yeah.
So, Craig, how did you came into the Highland Games?
Well, mostly my granda and my uncles, they brought me into it.
Hmm.
They introduced me to the games, and
They don't push you?
they didn't push me. No, I used to go to the Highland Games as a spectator when I was a kid,
Yeah,
and I just went with my mum and dad. I just went with them, I I naturally fell in love with it through my uncles and my granddad, and there was other athletes when they were on the go, like Alistair Gunn and Stephen King and
yeah.
Gordon Martin. I was really fascinated with them when I was younger, and I didn't think I would. I mean, I didn't think I would ever be a thrower myself. But when I was 13 when I started this, I
13.
13,
That's very early.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I I I was bitten by I'm going to say I was bitten by the bug, but immediately
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
I love the sense of competition and
So
self achievement and self failure. I like having that.
after school, throwing.
After school throwing, yeah,
Hmm. And so you said already, I started at the age of 13.
yeah,
And
yes.
what was your first competition?
My first competition actually came when I was 15. I trained for 2 years.
Hmm.
I didn't want to jump into it too quickly, but there was a competition in called Strathmore Highland Games, and it was under 18s.
Hmm.
And my first competition, I was there. There was me and four other guys, one being my older brother Dale,
Yeah.
and I came last in every event.
Okay.
I
And then
that was a
what are you thinking? What I'm doing here?
well. There was some positives that I took from that day.
Hmm.
Um, One being I learned a lot that day. I learned that I have to work harder. I have to get stronger, get quicker,
Yeah.
work on my techniques and sharpen them up.
Yeah.
And
Did you find it out by yourself, or did your family help you also with?
I figured at that age I sort of figured it out myself, but
Mm.
I had some guidance from my uncles and even my dad. They said you need to work harder. You need to work harder. This is rewards won't come.
Yeah.
You need to put the work in.
Yeah. You, sometimes when I see you throwing, I see your hammer and I'm thinking, whoa, that look amazing.
I've still got a lot
Yeah.
to learn, and
Is it one of your favorite events, the hammer, or?
I do like the hammer. I like the weight for distance as well, and I'm very fond of the caber.
Yeah. That we talked about earlier about the challenge caber and Abernethy,
Yeah, yeah,
120 kilo,
yeah,
you tossed them.
yeah. I don't know if that was a fluke, but it felt like a good toss at the time,
Yeah,
and it was nice that the crowd appreciated.
absolutely.
Yeah,
You know, Did you ever thought about competing at a world championship?
Um, it's difficult to say just now, but I would like to one day compete at a world
Hmm.
championship.
Yeah,
I don't. I would like to go to maybe Webster's Worlds one day, but
yeah,
I've got to make myself good enough and get you know
and
be acceptable to
and
throw out
and
there.
be,
So right now, at this current stage, right now, I don't think I'm worthy enough to be at that stage. But put in a little bit more work,
yeah,
put a bit more weight on, a bit more strength on, maybe that could be a possibility. But I'm not going to go down that road and push for it.
hmm and beside throwing in Scotland, you're mostly then in Germany, in Kerpen.
Yeah, I mostly go to Carpin, but like in particular, well, we're in Hulst right now, but
Yeah,
this is a an event I've been planning for quite some time, and it's been on my bucket list.
yeah.
And Pat van Antwerpen, he's hosting this event, and I'm very fond of him. And I,
Patrick is also from the Wild Boars.
yeah, he's one of the wild boars.
And
Yeah,
Kerpen is also from the Wild Boars.
yeah,
You're a
yeah,
member of it?
yeah,
Of
yeah. I'm a member of the wild boars,
yeah,
European heavyweight athletes, but Patrick's somebody who, in particular, I'm very fond of, and I wanted to make a promise that I would come to his games, and yeah, I'm here now. So
yeah. So about uh, pressure before you start.
at some games, in particular, I do get a little anxious. Mainly,
Hmm.
in fact, it's always Bramar. I don't know why. See, when I drive to Bramar in the morning, I have butterflies in my stomach. I'm all over the place, and but there's other games. There is other Highland games that I go to. Mainly ones mainly the international ones. I don't know. I'm relaxed
Okay.
because I have nothing else to think about. I'm here to do a job, to throw, entertain.
Why is that?
Well,
What's the difference?
I know this is going to sound a bit stupid, but my all my problems, all my worries are sitting at home.
Hmm.
They're not here, so I'm a totally different person here. I'm totally relaxed, and but when I go back home, when I'm finished my games at home, whatever problems I've got, whether it's there, and I actually throw better internationally than I do at home.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many competitions do you have in 1 year? You think at least 15, 20?
Oh, more than that. I would probably say on average, maybe 20, 28,
Oh,
28,
that's a
touching
lot.
30
Yeah.
competitions per year.
And you still have time to do some gym work, or
Yeah, yeah,
is it
yeah.
all doing in the winter? And
hmm
okay, and what do you especially train in?
In the gym,
Yeah,
I mostly do I mostly do powerlifting, but during the season, I spend a lot of my time throwing at my training field.
yeah.
But in the winter, I live in the gym. I
How how much is that during a week?
probably 4 times per week. I train during the off season,
Yeah.
but during the it depends because in the Scottish circuit, I'm normally every single weekend I'm throwing,
Hmm.
and that is a lot to take. That's a lot of fitness level. That's a lot of as well as my job. When I work, I've got to make sure that I don't get injured at my work or whatever. I've got to make sure I'm doing everything right.
What do you do for a living?
I work as an electrician.
Okay,
I do a lot of industrial, commercial, and domestic electrical work.
for 40 hours in a week
Yeah,
around.
yeah, about 40 hours per
Yeah,
week.
and
Yeah.
then in the evenings.
In the evenings, I train, and then the evenings I don't train, I just chill out,
Yeah,
watch Netflix or read a book or go for a walk. Just do something different,
to
something
relax.
to relax, and
Yeah,
yeah,
and keep and make your head clear.
yeah.
Hey, and I also know your dad has a distillery. Distillery.
Yeah, he
That's the word.
my dad. He's the manager of Fettercairn and Distillery,
Yeah,
which is my hometown, and he's been the manager for how long has he been? I think it's been 8 years, 8 9 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what about drinking whiskey as a Scotsman? Or do you
um,
prefer maybe a cold beer?
I enjoy beer. I have to be in a certain mood for a whiskey personally, but my my dad, me and my dad do enjoy a whiskey together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, and what about your food?
Food.
Yeah.
Um, I eat well for breakfast. I normally like
A lot of meat?
well I eat a lot I eat a lot of meat, a lot of carbs, and
Yeah.
I eat a lot of like porridge and things like that. And but I'm no angel. I do have the odd cheat day where I eat like pizza or
Everything.
Ch- a Chinese
Everything.
takeaway or something like that. Just, to, I'm no angel. I do enjoy
Yeah.
my own guilty pleasures at times, but
You told me I'm over 100 kilo because I asked you if is something is the lightweight maybe something for you, but
um,
it is possible if
it
you.
is possible. But I was in it to when I signed up to do the Highland Games. I wanted to throw with the big boys. I wanted to throw with them. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to be among the big names. Like
Against who did you throw? I read something about really big names like Vladislav and
Yeah,
who
Vlad
was the other?
Tolicek, Glenn Nice, Peter Boomer,
No,
Patrick Van Antwerpen. I would call him a big name. Yeah, those are the kind of people I want to. But it's not just thrown alongside them. I could learn from them
exactly.
and try and make myself a better version of myself.
Yeah. Did they give you also some tips, or is it find it out for yourself? And
It's actually quite a nice sport we're in because
yeah,
we help each other out
yeah,
in a sense. Like we're on the field. It's a completely yeah. I mean, we're all wanting to beat each other. That's the nature
of
of
course.
what we do. But
That's
we also help each other,
yeah,
which is the purity and the niceness that I like about it.
yeah,
To try and become better versions of ourselves.
yeah. Okay, that's good. And in Scotland, you don't have a B or
No, it's
master classes all together.
all together.
Yeah,
But when I turned 18 to 25, I was in this league called the Glenfiddich Qualifiers,
yeah,
and that allowed me to learn not just how to throw, how to conduct myself in the Highland Games, how to become a better person.
yeah,
And I carry that on not just in the Scottish circuits, but when I go to trips internationally, like Germany, and I'm here in Holland, and
yeah,
I've been to France and Austria. So, and hopefully one day I could maybe branch further afield, go to America, Canada,
yeah.
possibly.
Do you think you can make it to the masters,
Yeah,
or is it some point that you think, okay, it's enough?
I would like, I would like to think I would make it to masters, but I haven't thought about retirement plans yet.
No,
I've still got,
no.
there's still life in the dog yet.
I when I was in the 40s, I thought, okay, if we can make it to the 50s, we will see then.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking, okay, if we can make it to the 60s, no? It depends on how do you feel for yourself. So
I feel well. I'm 32 now, and I still feel I still mentally feel like I'm 21.
yeah,
But I know down the line my body won't give the same response and reaction that I wanted to do, but I'll see how it goes. That's something I can't give you the answer to right now. But
Did you ever had an, that you hurt yourself so hard that you couldn't compete for a whole year?
I had an injury when in 2015 where I was at a show and I was on the caber. I slipped during the caber and I did a lot of damage to my back, and that it was half of a season I couldn't compete.
Yeah,
I couldn't throw, and it was horrible. It
yeah,
was really sore,
yeah,
and but what I learned from that day was how to how to warm up better, how to read when I'm doing the caber, read the land a bit better,
yeah.
so I don't do that again and prevent injury again. So
Yeah. Hey, and what is your favorite or Scottish athlete?
my favourite Scottish athlete would probably be my uncle Bruce, and I'm not being biased. If I wasn't his nephew, I would say him every day of the week because not only was he a good athlete, he was a good teacher,
Mhm.
and he's taught me everything he knows. And yeah, and I can't thank him enough for what he's done for me.
Okay. Hey, and about upcoming youth, is there enough in Scotland?
Yeah, well, we're actually starting to bring in a lot more youngsters,
Yeah.
and there was I was at Highland Games last weekend, and there was quite the turnout of young throwers, and it was nice to see.
Yeah.
Nice that there might be life when I'm gone,
Okay.
and I would like to think there could be generations and generations
Yeah.
of Scottish throwers.
Highland Games in Scotland is also some running competition, some cycling competition,
Yeah,
and some dancing.
yeah.
Did you maybe also try the one of those?
Well, I actually did. I actually did do running and jumping,
Yeah.
but that was when I was very young. But my sister in particular, she's a world championship dancer.
Okay.
Yeah, her name is Rachel Walker,
Okay. Yeah.
and yeah, she's done very well for herself.
So there is an official world championship for it.
Yeah. She normally goes to. I'm not that. Uh, I don't know a lot about dancing in particular, but she
Oh.
goes to this competition, Cowell Highland Games, and there's a big world championship dance competition over there.
Yeah.
And my sister normally is in the lineup for that. So and she normally does well.
And what does he say to you? I'm world champion and you're not?
No, she's not arrogant like that.
No,
She's
no. I mean, so that he maybe wants to push you to a world championship.
uh, I don't know. No, she encourages me. I encourage her. You know, we just bounce off each other, that sort of thing. Like we just want to get the best out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't say it enough to. I don't say it at all actually. But I'm genuinely proud of what she's done.
Competitions in Scotland. There are huge competitions during May until July, August also. Uh, do you have a favorite one?
My
There are so many, so I think it's
there is
yeah,
so many, but in particular, I like my home Highland Games, which is next weekend at Drumtochty. I like that one.
yeah,
I like a bit of home support, but Bramar's a big occasion. That is a
yeah.
very
That's a big,
it's
big one.
massive. But I would probably say personally, my favourite Highland Games would probably be a Boyne.
Okay,
I like the setting. I like the atmosphere,
Yeah.
and it's just a good games.
And how is it for a Scotsman to look at all those Highland Games competition worldwide because they are doing a Scottish sport?
It's actually very good to see that it's not just contested in Scotland. I like seeing it in Europe and and the Americans. They it's quite big out there. I know it's quite
The
big out there,
Americans
but
have also the sheaf toss with it.
yeah, they have the sheaf toss, and
Yeah.
that's something that we don't do a lot of in Scotland.
No.
Only particular games have the sheaf toss.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good to see that there is interest across the world for what we do,
Yeah.
and
How old is the Highland Games? Sometimes I hear about 4,000 years, but
I can tell you. If I knew the answer, I would tell you, but I don't know
no.
how old it's been. But it's been going on for quite some time.
Yeah. So as a final question, uh, what are your plans for this year?
Well, my plans for this year is to do better than what I did last year. Go to a few different games and just enjoy it. Life's too short. Just enjoy it.
Yeah. One more question. Your personal best.
Hmm.
You think you can still make a personal best, or
Yeah, yeah, I always train hard, and I always train to
yeah,
improve every single year and become a better version of myself.
yeah,
But personal best it is possible.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, Craig, uh, may I thank you very much for this interview,
not a problem. And many thanks for your time.
and
It's been a pleasure.
we seen each other tomorrow.
Yep.
Tot de volgende.